must be one of the most discouraging things when you put a lot of effort into something and it just doesn't come off, it doesn't work out. And I felt like that this week with one of the tasks I was doing. Lots of effort, but really minimal results. It was pretty discouraging and a time of a bit of soul searching. And we realize in times like this that there's so much that is out of our control. We can't control how other people are going to respond to us, for example. And during this time, this story really helped me. The story of a guy named Peter. Now, Peter had a similar situation. He had been out trying to earn his living, fishing. He'd been out all night, but didn't catch a single fish. Can you imagine that trip back to shore in the early morning? But as he's cleaning out his nets full of junk, Jesus tells him, or asks him, "May I borrow your boat?" And, well, sure, okay. And after he'd finished with it, Jesus said, "Hey, let's push out into some deeper waters. Let's throw those nets over again." How would you have felt if you were Peter? I've been doing that all night. And you want me to try again now? In these less favourable conditions? In the bright daylight? Okay. And he throws his nets out again. And they are teeming with fish. The nets are breaking, there's so many. What a moment. And what was the difference between those two situations? Well, Jesus was in the boat. Peter took a step of faith. It was inconvenient, didn't make sense. And that's the way that God works. It's not so much the effort and work we're putting in, but the way that we respond to His invitations. And He still speaks today when we're quiet and we listen with an open heart. The Holy Spirit is there, wanting to speak to us, wanting to invite us into what God has prepared for us. He's got things for us. He wants to show us He's real. He wants to show us that He cares, He notices us in those times where everything seems to be falling apart. Our efforts have come to nothing. But more than just bless us with success, Jesus wants to include us in what He's doing in the world, because we see this. After Peter has this huge catch, Jesus invites him, "Come with me, and I'll show you how to fish for people." You see, Jesus wants to invite us into something that is lasting. When we say yes to God, we're saying yes to being part of His plan for the world. That's a pretty magnificent invitation. So I'd encourage you, take some time to be still. Don't get caught up in all the busyness and distractions and everything that wants your attention, everything that needs to be done. Make time for the most important thing. Because when in the big scheme of things, that's what's most important.